Yo, what is up, you guys? I know this video is kind of late, but here it is. So Killmonger has vibranium armor. It's a passive buff, so it will not activate Mystic Dispersion. No, just like his unstoppable buffs and his indestructible buffs as well. So there's a couple of ways to play around Killmonger's vibrating armor. Reverberating armor, vibrating armor. The first way is to wait for it to get on to cooldown. So as you see right there, it's on cooldown. The other way is to armor break. However, if you wait for it to come off cooldown, it's going to be a long fight, and if he has power gain, it's going to be that much harder. So it's possible with any champion as long as you play smart, but there's a couple counters that work well that will save you time and units. So you can see right there, if you're hitting him while the armor is vibrating, he will do damage back to you, similar to Electro. So I actually got the armor break there, so it's off. Or you turn off the vibrating armor, and the vibrating armor does damage based on Killmonger's power meter. So the first and most obvious counter is Blade. Blade with the Ghost Rider and Stark Spidey synergy. It's probably the easiest and cheapest, possibly. So even if he's getting a lot of power, and with the synergy he has a 58% chance to lower or I guess negate his abilities. Even if you do get hit with Blade, you can just play well enough to regen and push him to the SP2, because SP2 you don't have to worry about the unstoppable debuffs, or I mean buffs. Alright, so on to the next champion. This one is Gwenpool. So basically, any champion that lowers defensive ability accuracy will work. The higher the better. So Gwenpool, after 50 hits, you can actually get 100% defensive ability accuracy reduction. So as you'll see, another thing to note is that when he does have the indestructible buffs, when you hit into him, it will not activate the thorns damage. Alright, so Gwenpool is at 50 hit combo, and so it will not activate the Thorns damage when he has the reverberating armor. Another thing I noticed is that the indestructible buffs that he has after a special 2, for some reason, I guess they do not go away, but you still do damage. I don't know, it's kind of weird. But maybe it's a bug, I don't know. It doesn't really matter because it doesn't affect your gameplay. Alright, on to the next one. This one is magic. So the reason that vibrating armor does damage back to you is because it's based on how much power Killmonger has. So if Killmonger has 100% of his power, he will do 150% of the damage that you did to him. Now if he has 0 power, he'll do 0. So with magic, essentially what you want to do is keep him power locked in the corner and just intercept, or however you play magic, but the point is to keep him at 0 power. With 0 power, he won't be able to do any damage back to you. This would work the same if you were to use Psylocke or any other power control champion like Voodoo, for example. Now the only thing about using magic is that you gotta hope that he's really aggressive, otherwise you won't be able to get to an SP2 in time to avoid some of the damage. So if your magic is duped, better. Alright, and on to the last. Medusa is probably the best counter for Killmonger, because with every medium she has a 100% chance to guarantee an armor break. Another thing you can do is just pair her up with the Karnak synergy and hit him with a heavy attack, and he will have a permanent heavy attack on him. So something really easy to pull off, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So any armor break champ will work, so preferably Medusa. Thor is good too. I've heard people use Hyperion. You can use Magic, Psylocke, Voodoo for power control, and lastly ability accuracy champions. Anyways, that's it to the video. Didn't really expect it to be this long, but yeah. Catch you guys in the next one.